Welcome to another video review. I am Max. This is Kat. And we have Ale Vallejo and Chris from You Are Mobbed. How are you guys?
What's up, Max? What's up, Alejandro?
I'm doing awesome.
I'm ready to get roasted.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
Before we get into that, we have Tori Hanso. Hello. Stop the stupidity hype. Hope all is doing well. I'm doing fan-freaking-tastic. And Fugazi is there. Hello. As a Swede, I was born to Christianity. I actively unregistered myself from that. Now I pay less taxes, but now I have a girlfriend from another country, and she's super Christian. Ooh. Corrupting a Christian. That sounds awesome. Before we get into it, make sure to do the social thing is like, share, subscribe, send this to a friend, send this to your significant other, go to the corner, yes, the corner of your street, and just subscribe to Yerba Talks. And You Are Mobbed also. And that way we can share the love for the channel. Alrighty, a new Andrew Wilson versus 5 dropped not too long ago. And we're going to look at that the way we've been doing before. So let me get that set up. Modern day debate. And Chris, how? Give us a sneak peek. How was this?
Okay, so this was brutal. It's definitely the worst one of my performances so far, and I think for the other guys too. This was our third debate with Andrew, and especially this came first before we debated Rachel. And I think what happened, at some point, I think I might have mentioned that the producer kind of told us all, got us 5 together, or the 4 of us now, and said, you guys got to be more energetic or disagreeable and stuff like that. And I think that conversation was a result of this. So
right,
you're going to see me a little bit passive and the rest of the guys a little bit passive. That's my wife. And that's why I get a little bit, I don't know what's the right, insufferable against Rachel. But yeah, it is what it is. I watched this back yesterday and I was screaming at myself. I don't know what was wrong with me. It's like, I immediately had great rebuttals to everything he was saying, especially to the other guys. I don't know.
I haven't watched it yet. Sometimes I watch stuff before, sometimes I don't. There's no consistency to any of it. But I haven't watched this one yet, so I'm going in blind. Ale,
Yes.
Have you watched this?
No, same here. I'm going in blind too. I figured it would be more realistic, my reaction.
Yeah. All right. So let's. I need to remove that.
So that's good.
Just in case you were wondering, the GoFundMe for Critical Think is at 40,000. So we did put a huge dent on that money that is needed, so super happy about that. But let me remove that and share view. Perfect. All right. Wait, should we do the advances? No, not the advances.
My name is Andrew Wilson, host of The Crucible, popular entertainment channel on YouTube. And today I'm going to be debating 5 different people on 5 different topics for 5 minutes. Next topic, and give a bunch of meat to them, is that secularists and atheists also benefit from being in a Christian society.
Just the premise. There hasn't been a Christian society for hundreds of years. Debate done. Are we? Can we go? That's the stream, guys. Thank you, everyone.
True.
We'll see how this goes, but I mean, right now I can already tell if he's disingenuous in all of his debates because he just did a distinction between secularist and atheist, and that's something he and many other Christians tend to conflate so much. So let's see how that goes.
Yeah, I mean, look, if I'm going to be charitable, the reality is if you consider the United States, which is the nation he's referring to, there are some marginal benefits to living in a Christian society. I should have said things like, "Oh yeah, I love getting off the holidays for like Christmas and Easter and stuff like there are benefits to living in a Christian society, right?" So I don't think that's you can't deny that, but there are more significant drawbacks, in my opinion.
I don't know. I don't see what the benefit is, because if we had a truly Christian society, that would mean blasphemy laws. That would mean a whole bunch of persecution for the atheists. So yeah, no, thank you.
Exactly.
Well, we will argue as we hear it.
Yeah, right. Let's see.
All right, so we actually might get to disagree, so that's nice. So I think that a lot of Christianity and where it benefits comes from in-group and out-group behavior, right? So it's just true. I agree that as a nation base, Christian nations tend to perform well, right? We saw the debates the other day.
What? Why are you giving that concession? That is false. The genocide in Rwanda, persecution of Muslim Christians and Jews all over the place, the burning of the witches, the Dark Ages, the Crusades. I mean, if you start adding up, I mean, Christian societies just fucking suck, dude.
I don't know why we immediately went on. Everyone went on the defense trying to find something bad. I suppose we should have asked. The first thing to say should have been obvious. Like, okay, so what benefits are we receiving? That was his claim. We should have said, elaborate. What benefits do we receive?
Yeah.
No one, not a single one of us did that. As far as I know correctly. It's weird.
Interesting.
Makes sense. That being said, there are studies about people who are not religious coming up in religious households, issues with deconversion from religious groups. Like that, to my understanding, seems to be a pain point for secular people or atheists in predominantly Christian communities or nations.
But you could kind of move that back the other direction too, right? And say, well, a lot of atheists convert over to Christianity.
Yeah.
So they were in a pain point, and if they didn't have Christianity there, they would have remained in that pain point, in the purposeless life. But not only that.
The what? What purpose does being a Christian fucking give you? To worship God? That is no purpose at all.
Yeah, basically. I mean,
and atheists don't benefit from that because they're not doing that.
Yeah, I mean, you can benefit from our fantasy. Just sit there and put your hands together, close your eyes, and talk to yourself. And you will get about a 50% chance that what you ask for might happen or not.
Yeah, even if when I was a Catholic, I mean, it's not like I had like this purpose in my life. It was also just live my life however I want to. I mean, you don't necessarily have a purpose even if you're a Christian or Catholic or whatever.
No, they think that worshiping God is the purpose, which is asinine.
Yeah, we have another problem. This is a major issue, which is reproduction, right? Because
fuck's sake, I'm so fed up of this shitty argument. They want to force women to give birth, but once that kid is grown, fuck that child. That's the stance. Once you're grown, you're growing to poverty. Fuck it, we'll give you a little bit of charity to pump ourselves up, make ourselves look good. And that's about it. They don't give a fuck about people.
But wait, where's he going with it?
Reproduction? Sorry, what good is reproduction if you're not gonna give people the means to care for their babies? They're gonna die anyways if they don't have those means. So what's the point there?
I'm just not even sure where he's going with this, because if you're saying there's an issue with reproduction, and then you say the country's mostly Christian, shouldn't that not be a problem at the moment then? Is he suggesting that being a Christian nation makes it not a problem, but he just said there's a problem?
Yeah, I think he means that Christian countries have more reproduction, and because the world is ever more secular, we have a reproduction problem. But yeah, I mean, even Christian countries have those problems. So I don't know.
My contention would be the number one, that there are no Christian countries left ever. There hasn't been an actual Christian country for hundreds of years, because there is no country in the world that does what the Bible actually prescribes. Not one.
I think I mentioned something like that. Yeah.
There are no more stonings. There are no more blasphemy laws. So Christian society is gone. It has been gone for a couple hundred years. Yep. The one stronghold they have is the Kingdom of Spain. which still has an official religion. The kings are Catholic, but even there, society is still fucking secular. The Vatican would be like the other one, but like, who the fuck cares what goes on in there? We just take their fucking gold.
Right. We live among Christians, but in general, we're not. Well,
no, society
depends on the state. It depends on the state you live in, really.
Right. But in any of the states, Christian law is not upheld.
I mean, it was like gay marriage was outlawed until not too long ago, and in some states, abortion's illegal, and some states it's not. Like, so, yeah, it's Christians definitely have influence on law in certain states. That's for sure.
Right.
There are elements, but it's not upheld consistently. I think that's
yes, exactly. That's not because I can literally go on the street and say that Jesus had gay orgies with all of his followers, and no one can do shit to me. Right? Because we are not a Christian. Well, the world is not a Christian society anymore. CK says hello, bro. Esmo, Ben Spoon says hello. Nikki Lauder says hello. Specs said hi, but to CK's, but I'm going to take that over for everyone. And Steve Scrippivan says, not to mention if he thinks everyone would just be gay without Christianity and mankind would have died off, we wouldn't have reproduced. Yeah, it's such a stupid argument because it's not the decrease in the birth rates. Number one, it's not that big of a deal because with a few incentives, you can just get people to have more kids. Roughly 10% of the population is gay, so that doesn't put even a dent on, population, total populations, and the reason people are not having kids is because the world is freaking expensive. Why would you bring someone into the world when you can barely feed yourself and your couple?
Actually, regarding gay people, there are some studies that suggest that gay people or gay individuals in a social population help the population thrive because they take care of the kids that end up orphans or things like that.
That is also true.
But meanwhile, Max, it's the lower income part of the population are the ones that are having the most babies. It's the middle to upper class, conscientious young people that are not having babies.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
so the people with the money are not having babies. The people who can't afford it are having tons of babies.
Yeah, that is a hugely big issue. Mostly stemming from the lack of sexual education and access to effective contraception, right? But yeah. It's harsh.
Yeah. Well, here I would say they have access to it, but yeah, there's definitely education issues with it.
Atheists cannot give purpose to people. Instead, just saying find your own purpose, whatever the hell that means, right?
What do you mean, whatever the hell that means, you stupid retard? You just find your purpose in life. My purpose is doing this, DJing, making music, being a sort of a positive influence in the world with, sarcasm and humor, a little bit of darkness, and just the right amount of insanity. So, yeah, I mean, what's wrong with my purpose?
But again, he's off topic already. It's his own topic. It's been a minute. And his topic was that atheists benefit from living in a Christian society. But now he's saying, like, well, maybe if you convert to Christianity, but that's not it's not the point.
Yeah.
I can't wait till I get my debate with this dude. I'm trying to get a debate with Rachel on her stupid views on feminism. That will probably happen in October on the Raging Tomato.
Oh, that's cool.
Can't wait till I get my hands on that bitch.
Nice. You read a book first. You'll definitely own it.
I don't need to read her book. I don't think I don't. There's no Amazon here, so I can't get it.
I'll give you the clip notes.
You can pirate it.
We have this major issue of people not wanting to have families anymore because they don't. What's the incentive? Like, what's the actual incentive other than your command, your divine command that you should? This is the way you should do things. One woman, one man, right? One family, and your bid to multiply, right? All of the Western moving towards secular nations, all of them share this reproduction crisis. They're all below reproductive rates. So here's what happened.
Yeah, he's fucking lying.
Every country faces that problem. I think only some Muslim countries don't, and but basically every country faces this problem.
Yeah. It's a modern economical thing. It has nothing to do with religion. It has nothing to do with any of the things that he's saying.
What happens is we have to rely on bringing in tons and tons of migrants in order to supplement.
So,
Fuck!
like he's
Fuck!
he's
All of
talking
his
about
talking
reproduction.
points. He's fucking saying, like, if the US is fucking ordering immigrants from another country, like in shipping containers, that doesn't happen. People move out of their own accord, you motherfucking retard.
That's one thing, and the other is he's arguing about reproduction not being enough, and then he's upset when migrants that tend to have more kids. I don't know, come into his country and reproduce. Like it's not the reproduction he has a problem about. He wants specifically white reproduction. I believe.
Indeed, yeah, it's like, yeah, when we don't have enough white people. He's like, oh no, we're going to run out of white people. This is all of the talking points about, and it doesn't matter whatever topic they're speaking, they have the same 5 shitty talking points for everything.
Yeah.
Reproduction rates, gay people, and this thing that he said just now, and a couple others. Like,
The fact that we can't reproduce our own population, we're actually replacing our own population with migrants because we can't reproduce ourselves.
So
no, that doesn't happen. You're just a moron.
The great
I think there's a distinction between
Fits of Rage says, damn it, I order atheist immigrants and they send me more Christians.
we can't and we don't. Like, I'll just agree with you, right? Like, if the birth rates are low.
Okay, that's fine for clarity in language. Yes, we don't.
Right. And so
yes, we can. We could all just hump like rabbits and have babies. Yes.
Yeah, I mean,
but we don't. Yeah, so that's fair.
Motherfucker, we can take care of the people that are already here. We can start worrying about reproduction rates when every single man, woman, and child has a home, food, education, clothing, transport, and the means to meaningfully enjoy their lives. Until then, I don't give a fuck about reproduction rates, dude. I don't give a single flying fuck about reproduction rates when the people that are already here are not having a good time of being here. Like, seriously. And humanity is not... There's 8 billion people. We're not going to go extinct. Silly motherfucker.
So, yeah, because I guess what I'm getting at is there's nothing to me about a Christian nation state that seems to be... Like, there's nothing good about that comes exclusively because it's Christian, right? There's nothing that they do, like reproduction, for example, that a secular nation couldn't do. They just maybe don't do it.
No. Hang on. Yeah. There is.
Okay.
One of the things, the major benefit of a nation which is under Christianity and the laws that govern Christianity is that you're going to have a one-man, one-woman policy.
How's that a benefit? Like, even if it's true, how's that a benefit?
Oh my God, this guy thinking that all Christians are just fucking saints? Like, seriously, dude, what the fuck world do you live in? Do you just live in the little fucking basement that you broadcast your shitty show from? Like, you need to get out more. This... What a moron.
Right, which creates monogamy. A secularist nation doesn't have that. You can have polygamy in those nations, right?
Wait till you see where it goes with this.
Personal choice. Ever heard of that?
Yeah, like,
I mean, if 4 people are okay with having like a polygamous relationship with each other, who the fuck are you to tell them no?
Yeah, like there's literally no benefit to monogamy in that sense of reproduction. Like, it's even maybe beneficial to reproduction because maybe between 4 people they can maintain a child, which in between 2 they wouldn't be able to. I mean, this is just not a non sequitur here.
TCM, this is a great point. The man who wrote the Bible had 10 wives each. Yeah, the monogamy thing came a little bit later.
no longer have the guarantor for, because there's almost as many men as there are women, right? It's like 49-51. So there's almost a guarantee that every man will get a woman and every woman will get a man, right? Under Christian monogamy, a thing which secularists really don't need to adhere to. Like, there's no real reason for an atheist to say 8 men can't get married and adopt. Like, what's the
what's the problem if they love each other in groups of 8? Like, who am I to tell them that that's no way to live life? Like, I personally cannot deal, because I'm kind of weird. I cannot deal with, opening up to more than one person at a time. So polygamy is not for me, right?
But when I was watching this back and I heard him say that, I was like, what? I was like, hold on. You think that without Christianity and Christian laws, that there'd be 8 men just getting into groups of 8, getting married and adopting? Like,
no,
this literally happens nowhere and not with a single country in the world. Like, just give me an example, Andrew. What are you talking about? Do you think that this is what Christianity is doing for us, preventing that from happening? Jesus, I mean, not one of us had the sense to push back on that. We all said the same thing. Like, what's the problem? Is that, it's like, what a ridiculous thing to say. He's like, how do atheists, what's their prescription? How do they prevent this from happening? You don't need to prevent that from happening. Like, it doesn't happen.
No. And the thing is that if people generally, because we're kind of wired to bond to one person, because like it's like animals. Some animals are wired to just go fucking around as much as they can, and some other animals bond in pairs for life, right?
Yeah, a lot do. Like, don't tigers and lions do that, right? There's always an alpha and a female that they choose one female to mate with.
I think whales are more of an example. Lions, I don't think so.
No, the main lion impregnates as many lionesses as he can, but there are like penguins bond for life.
Yeah,
penguins, and there's a bunch of other animals that they bond for life and they mate for life.
So yeah, there's a lot of animals that fight. The men all fight like a tournament to mate with the women. Yeah, but I guess not always just one. Yeah.
What's the bar there? Whereas under a Christian framework, they can't. So it guarantees a much larger rate of reproduction and stability.
No, bullshit. Bullshit.
Just because you are limited to a monogamous relationship doesn't mean you won't be single for the rest of your life.
No, yeah, exactly. And also, it doesn't guarantee anything, because if you're married and you're bonded to one woman and one of the two is infertile, you're actually guaranteeing that you will not reproduce, you stupid moron.
I mean, this whole premise is stupid, because his claim is that we live in a Christian nation in the United States, and that we're benefiting, and this is one of the benefits. That Christianity is keeping the population afloat. No, it's a 70% Christian nation, and we're well below the replacement. We're at 1.6 children per couple, per 2 people. So Christianity is not accomplishing what he's saying. Like, this is a stupid claim.
Yeah,
1.6 is still positive, right?
No, 2.1.
No, I think it has to be 2.2 or 2.1, something like that.
Yeah, but for what? For growth. We don't need growth. There's already 8 billion people.
2.1 is the replacement rate. You have to have 2.1 babies.
For the population to be stable, it has to be 2.1.
But I mean, we could do with maybe a little bit less people. But my problem is that we're not taking care of the people that are already here. That's the biggest problem with all of this.
That's true. Yeah. And his point.
And we're not. There's 8 billion of us here. We're not going to go extinct anytime soon, unless something like catastrophic happens, like on a world scale, like something kind of apocalyptic. That this is just nonsense. Mm-hmm. All of this is nonsense.
The United States is a Christian nation, and we are well below average in the global rank. Like, we're well below replacement. So his claim is completely illogical. Like, it is.
It undermines itself.
in society.
But to go back to the main point, I think that highlights another one of the issues where even in Christian nations, if someone's a homosexual, they're homosexual, right? And so there's like tons of studies. I didn't know the topics, so I don't have any literature ready to go on the moment. But like to my understanding, homosexuality in Christian communities is a big problem as far as like how those people deal with that.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure the suicide rates are pretty high. Again, don't quote me on that.
Mm-hmm.
But if we're saying that, again, the point of the question being secular people, atheist people, I'll lump in a homosexual even if they're a Christian, right? Like that's someone who's being affected by a Christian state that maybe wouldn't under a secular society.
Well, homosexuality is a minor issue in a larger issue of what's called alternative family mechanisms.
Mm-hmm.
So it's the idea not of man marries woman young, right? They have many children, they grow together into old age, but rather into an alternative family structure where whatever I want my family structure to be, it will be open relationships, polygamous relationships, right? Nudist.
Homosexuality is not an issue. Like, it is literally not an issue. What are you talking about? It's I'm sorry it bothers your Christian morals, but it is not an issue whatsoever.
I'm hold on, because what he's going to say now?
Relationships, polygamous relationships, right? Nudist, like the
nudist color. What the fuck is your problem? Why is that a problem that people like to go around naked?
And in Sweden, apparently all of the Nordic countries, they're all just walking around naked.
And what's the big deal if a bunch of adults want to go to the swimming pool fucking naked or to the beach naked? I don't like tan lines.
Without Christianity, that's what people do.
Everyone would just go around fucking in loincloths or dude, I support nudism. Yeah. I mean, what? What? No.
The list goes on and on and on of alternative lifestyles. What a Christian nation would propose is not that if you're a homosexual, you go to jail. Right. Only that's
no, that fucking liar, you scumbag piece of trash. Because that's exactly what they would propose.
He's right. They wouldn't go to jail. They would be executed.
What a trash bag.
Propaganda for normalcy in society, the propaganda coming from your government and your state, is this good, this not good. Not saying
normalcy is overrated. Normal people are just fucking boring.
Normalcy is even a fallacy at some point, because what's normal exactly?
No idea. There is no normal. What a douchebag.
You can't do it.
Look, Andrew, I understand that you're upset at your little tiny penis, but just let people live their fucking lives alone. I mean, it's okay that no one wants to see you or your wife naked. But other people, we just enjoy our bodies and we're perfectly comfortable in our suits, in our birthday suits.
Wouldn't that help with the... Sorry, Max, go ahead.
No, yeah, go ahead.
I'm just saying nudism would help with the reproduction issue, no?
I mean, it saves you one step of taking your clothes off.
But we're not going to promote it.
Yeah, but I don't think that the measure of like when we look at children and how they develop, right? Like the family structure isn't as important as the parenting methods.
No, it is. The family structure is. Like, for instance,
dang.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah,
appreciate it.
Thank you.
So you said the claim is that atheists and secularists benefit from Christian. What was it?
From a Christian society.
Okay, so I definitely agree with that. But I think where would you say that plays into the acceptance of these values in secular people by separating them from Christianity? You know what I mean?
No.
So the values that, like, I'm an atheist, you're a Christian, but we agree on the values. So wouldn't it be more beneficial to discuss these things outside of the framework, when we're talking politically, outside of the framework of Christianity, because of the fact that there are so many people who are not inside that
Not really, and I'll tell you why. I see what you're saying. Let me make sure I get it right. You're saying let's take the values and isolate them. So now this isn't Christian, this isn't atheist. It's a value we both just agree on. And so
what Christian values are those? Because the problem is here that Andrew is a filthy fucking liar, and he says that his morality comes from the New Testament, but there's nowhere in the New Testament that gives you the prescriptions for morality. Those are all in the Old Testament. And we pointed out how he says, oh yeah, no, I get my morality from the Bible. Oh, where? From the Ten Commandments. That's the Old Testament, you stupid fuck.
Yep. And then you bring up the Old Testament. He says, "Oh, I don't adhere to
Oh
the
no,
Old
that's the Old Testament." Well, if you just go, that's the Old Testament, then you get into a theological problem that Jesus was then just a fucking dude, another dude that just went around doing magic and is claimed to have revived. It makes no difference to Apollonius of Tyana, for example. So
if you're going to claim 10 commandments and then ignore, Deuteronomy and all those other horrible books, you have to accept the fact that you are filtering your morality is weighing in on what's good and what's not. And you selected based on your morality, which are acceptable and not. I don't know why they can't.
It makes it subjective. It makes it subjective because they don't follow the letter. He's, number one, cherry picking the 10 commandments out of the total of 613 Mosaic laws.
Right.
He's of course contradicting himself because he says he's basing in the Old Testament, in the New Testament, but that is all from the Old Testament. And what you say that they're literally cherry picking. So it's subjective.
Yeah, which means they don't get their morality from the Bible. They use their morality on the Bible, and then cherry pick, like you said.
Yep.
So we can come to terms that we agree on the value, right? Okay, got it. The problem is justification. So if you wanted to say to a society, hey, this reproduction problem, this is really bad. This is the first time ever that that we have major populations which are under replacement rate. Like South Korea is not even going to be there. They're at less than 1.
In how long? How many generations? That is, you're just wrong. Also, as always, because it would take 100 years or more, 300, like 3 generations for
more or less.
Yeah, or Japan and Korea but it's more of a cultural thing with a lot of stuff that is happening in those countries that specifically to Asia and specifically to their local customs. Yeah, that's a good freeze frame, yes. Andrew Wilson when he sees the nudist colony. Wait, hold on. Let me screenshot that. I mean, we can have a little meme contest.
Less than 1 child per woman. That's an extinction level event.
Right.
Okay, extinction level.
In how long, Damas?
So if the idea is, well, if we want to push some sort of normalcy in a family unit, family dynamic, and encourage that, from the atheist perspective or the alternative family lifestyle perspective, how can you create a justification to them that they're not allowed to have their alternative families?
Because I think.
Did you say something?
Yeah.
Sorry, I was.
Yeah, I thought he was gonna say, like, how do you create a justification to reproduce yourself from an atheist framework? Like, so super or secular framework. Okay, super easy. We say, okay, do we agree that we want? I don't know. We have studied that if we keep this population rate declining, we will experience this or that or this, or the world would end up like this or that. Do we agree we don't want that world? Yes, we agree. Okay, so then we need to reproduce. There you go. And you also provide incentives for people to reproduce, like child. I don't know.
Tax credit, incentives, that kind of stuff. Yes.
Yeah, basically, and so that's how you morally and practically justify reproduction from a secular or atheistic framework. It's not that hard if you know how to think.
I mean, my family is mostly secular, and they all have kids. People have kids. It's not being an atheist is not that you become like an anti-natalist or an anti-humanist. Like, this is just silliness. Like, dude, Andrew, even by accident, people will still continue to have kids. Like, it's not, nothing will change. People will continue to fuck and have kids forever until we get it. The planet just extinguishes us.
Yeah.
You don't have, because the ethics within Christianity inform the empirical reason why we would make the law. So
Yeah, I
you
agree.
mentioned
But how would atheists make that prescription, though, to tell people, you can't have an 8-man polygamous marriage? Like, why? How can the atheist justify that?
I mean, if you
What do you mean? How can we justify that? They
You want
they
to
love each
prohibit it?
other. They
Yeah,
love each
you want
other.
to- If you want to prohibit it, make scientific studies, prove it's detrimental for the goals of society, and boom, there you go, justified.
Yeah.
It's just such a straw man. It's such an irrelevant problem. It's not a problem, and it's not happening. Even if it were a problem, like even if you consider that a problem, it's not a problem because it doesn't happen. It's just silly.
Yeah.
Like what is he even talking about? How do atheists deal with that? Oh, I'm sorry. Like I said, go to any primary secular country. Are we just seeing this left and right? It's not an issue. What is he?
Yeah. I mean, how would we deal with that? Just tell them, hey, maybe all of you get tested, be safe, and just enjoy yourselves. That's how we would deal with that.
But he's like suggesting that would be the state of the United States. That would be the state of the USA if it wasn't for Christianity. Like they would just be 8 guys would just be forming packs and having gay sex, and we'd go extinct. Like it's just absurd.
Yeah, like the only actual example I can think of 8 wives or whatever is like the chicks from Abu Dhabi or something like that.
King David had a lot of wives, and we all know what happened in England with the schism with the Protestants and divorce and that shit. Max says, Wilson can't imagine a world where a man and a woman can be interested in each other. Remember, he's a misogynistic piece of shit. Yeah. I mean, we've been doing this little dance of humanity forever. And we got to 8 billion people. I think we're doing just fine. I mean, we need to make sure to deal with the important stuff, poverty, war, religious extremism, and that includes you, Andrew. Yeah, we need to deal with you dummies. You have way too much power in the US. What is fascinating is that in my country, Andrew Wilson wouldn't be what it is in the US, because these people are the minority, the absolute minority in Uruguay.
If you gave me time, I definitely could, because of the fact that I agree with the ethics that we shouldn't have 8 dudes.
Then justify it. Why can't 8 dudes get married?
You just threw this on me right now. I have to.
They can, but they won't. They don't want to. Like no one can. That doesn't happen. That's not a thing.
I mean, an 8
8
person relationship sounds like just like pure chaos. Now, let's say a 3-4 person relationship, sure, but 8 people, that's just too much. I don't know. I mean, can you provide like even one case of 8 people, 8 gay people, 8 men or 8 lesbians being together? Like, what?
Yeah, and then just like, I wish we could all get married. Oh God, I wish we could get married. Like this is not. This is ridiculous. This is so ridiculous that no one calls him on it, including me. Oh my God. Go ahead.
Victoria says the 8 dads idea may be easy to defend, but I am not getting any support for my praying mantis paradigm. I mean, if you don't know what that is, you should Google that. Why aren't you making babies? Get to work, you loafer. Right? Why isn't La Raquel pregnant? Why isn't she constantly pregnant, Andrew? Is it you both have kids and now you said, yeah, I think it's enough?
Yeah.
I mean, always, he's a constant contradiction in everything he does. It's hilarious.
Based on the fact that
No. I'm not asking for empiricism. Just logically justify why it would be.
The same reason that we don't want, just random dudes around young children. You don't.
What?
What's going to happen? You would not want your children with some random dude just walking down the street, right?
This
Wait,
goes
what?
so up- This
Hold
goes
on, hold
so
on,
off
hold
the
on.
rails.
I think he
What
got
the-
a little bit confused.
What the fuck?
Dudes around young children.
This goes so off the rails. Even it gets like,
look.
so Andrew's calling him out, like, bro, you went. That's a little too far.
My nieces have like in my father got married for the 4th time to a woman. She's named Carmen, and one of her kids is gay, and he's been around my nieces since they were babies. They don't find it weird. One time my niece asked me why are they holding hands? It's like, because they are a couple, they love each other. And her response was, oh, okay. And that was it.
I don't even think though. I think he's conflating gay guys with pedophiles. To
Yes,
be fair.
of course.
I think,
they also
I think it's
do
worse
that.
than what you're saying. Yeah, I think.
But
that's where it's
I don't know. The series To Catch a Predator has been going on for a while, and you've seen there politicians, priests, teachers. You've seen people from all walks of life. You know what you haven't seen even once? A drag queen. So, yeah, they always conflate. For them, just being gay is just that you're like just a filthy degenerate. They don't understand that there's gay conservative people that have very tame sex by their standards. They have no idea what they're talking about.
Oh,
We don't-
This gets weird.
We don't know
What?
what's gonna happen. You would not want your children with some random dude just walking down the street, right?
What does that have to do with anything?
It's the same reason.
Do I have
why-
justification for that?
whether you do or not?
Yeah.
It's the same concept. That's why we wouldn't want to have 8 dudes in a house with a child. It
Because you
doesn't
don't.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I think he just got a little bit confused because he got caught off guard or something. He's just going through the cognitive dissonance or trying to reason what he's saying.
I feel like
Dude, that
Andrew made up this ridiculous eight dudes adopt a child, like 8 gay dudes adopt a child, and then the Indian Jesus there took this as a child living with 8 like he's going to get molested or something living with
Right?
this guy.
Holy shit.
Yeah,
I mean,
don't think it's
I
on
had
purpose.
liked the India Jesus so far, but oof, you dropped the ball massively on this one.
How did we get
Like
here?
it?
Essentially,
And
yeah,
they
as
say,
you just
and they
described
say we do
before.
like it. And what's your
Well,
justification?
then we go to the electorate. Then we have a majority Christian nation. We have people who are not Christian who now understand that I don't have to play in this dichotomy of, well, I'm not a Christian, so I hate everything that's Christian. And we can just talk about the values and what it empirically does to flourish our society. And then if you are right, then people will agree with you.
Yeah. So your objection is, as long as people vote that 8 men can be in a polygamous relationship, then okay.
No,
Yeah, ever heard about democracy, you moron? Ever heard about, casting your vote and exercising your civic duties and your civic rights and your civic privileges? None of that, right, Andrew? Does he want that fucking king? Is that what he
I think
really
he
wants?
has said so. Yeah, I think he has said he doesn't support democracy.
What a retard.
This whole thing is so silly. To think about what they're even talking about. This is not a thing. Like, we don't need to make laws. Even if you're against it, there's no law necessary. Oh my god. What are we talking about?
Rubik says, mind you, Andrew thinks women shouldn't be able to vote. That is true.
my argument is that because of the fact that it's not right, I don't think.
What's not right about it?
I mean, again, we're talking about conceptually, as we just talked about, race don't actually exist, but it's not ideal in the flourish.
Why? Why wouldn't it be ideal for a kid to have 8 loving parents, whatever sex they are? Why wouldn't it be? If 2 parents is good, 4 parents is even better. Right? I mean, they would always have someone to take them to the football game. They would always have someone to go to the park, to ride a bike. Like 8 parents sounds like a delightful childhood.
What a ridiculous
I mean,
experiment. Yeah. Who knows?
Like I said, I think he just like got caught off guard, and he's just trying to rationalize his way through Andrew's claim. Not. I don't think that he's really thinking this through.
Yeah.
Why isn't that ideal?
Because you don't have the time to be a father. We don't have a mother. The same reason.
What if they don't want kids? They just all want to get married and
they
have
wanna
gay
get married,
sex
then
in
go
some
for it.
house.
Then go.
Why is he even entertaining this? Like he's.
I mean, number one, gay people can absolutely have kids. Now, that is just number one. And number two, if they don't want to have kids and just live their life, go to work and just have gay sex all day, every day, who are you to tell them that they're wrong? Andrew, just because you have a very tiny dick and for you sex has always been hard because you're very insecure about your manhood, that doesn't extrapolate to the rest of the people. Some people, like me, for example, enjoy sex very much. Andrew, you're
I think he's.
I'm getting serious, Donald Trump vibes. Remember when Stormy Daniels described Trump's penis? I'm getting those vibes.
Oh my god, I didn't.
Right, exactly. You
Yeah.
Why
have
would
no
we-
justification. So what you do,
Right, so, but why
you're
would I need a
taking an
justification
alter.
against
I'll
that?
explain. Because if you're going to say these things are perfectly acceptable, the
I
idea of
didn't say
an
they're perfectly acceptable. I'm saying that it's not illegal. That it should not be illegal.
okay,
that doesn't mean
so
that we should all celebrate.
yeah,
it
but that's a
and-
promotion of thing.
I don't disagree.
No.
So
But
if
they-
it is the
but-
case, hang on. If that is the case, then we're talking about promoting non-alternative lifestyles,
I
right?
agree. But
And
I
the
got
very
30
fir-
seconds. So let me just.
Okay,
go ahead.
The point that I'm making is that we don't have to, outside of a Christian framework, we can shame things. We can say that things are bad and taboo without having to legislate them based on because Christianity says, because of my God. We don't have to do that. We have.
Instead, we do
things-
my preferences.
Well, exactly. We already had this discussion. Right?
Instead of my
it's-
God, it's my preferences.
So we have to find those things that actually
For
people
fuck's
agree
sake.
on because
I can't wait until he tries the my preferences shit with me. I'm going to
the
bury him.
level of rationality, like describing intersubjectivity as just my preferences, is like saying a nuclear bomb is a thing that goes boom. That's
Right?
the level of analysis they can do.
Yeah, because I mean, he's borderline retarded. And I've been saying this for a while now. He's not a smart person. He's just a douchebag that has like shitty strategies because he cannot make an argument to save his life.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got to be partially trolling here, right? With these ridiculous
think so, but-
scenarios and like, what's the atheist prescription for dealing with this? This is insane.
Yeah, I think he's partially trolling,
he's
but I'm
laughing.
not 100% sure about it.
He,
Tim Davidson, been a member for 1 month, says, Andrew, my taste buds grow in your anus.
because of the fact that they work. Not just that people agree on them, not just that they work. The people agree on the things that work. And because of the fact that not everybody's Christian, it is better wouldn't you rather non-Christians act more like Christians, even though they're not Christians?
They can't, but you can't create the justification absent the
But you would rather
Christianity.
Yes, you can, you stupid moron. We had been doing that for like 5,000 years before Christianity even became a thing. You're not the OG order of the world. You filthy sack of shit. You lying scumbag.
you can't do it. I guess no atheists are just monogamous couples that have kids and.
Yeah. No, it's not like the Chinese have like a 7,000-year-old civilization without an ounce of Christianity for the longest time,
Yeah,
or
how
the
did they-
Indians, or
How did they not collapse with all the gays getting, just having sex and not reproducing? How did
Right?
Yeah, without Christianity, that's insane.
Jeff C says communal raising of children is a thing. Polynesian and Inuit societies raise children communally. Yeah,
Yeah, so 8's not even a lot to them. 8 dads.
right.
They would act that.
Of
way.
course, sure. But what does that have to do with anything?
I
Oh,
agreed with this.
yeah,
statement, so
yeah.
I didn't know where to go there.
Oh no! All right.
Oh no.
Oh no!
Here it comes.
All right, wait. So I could not hear any of the previous 2 conversations. It was
Okay.
very, very hard to hear them. I wish I had, but we weren't really listening to what they had to say because we couldn't hear them. I don't know. I don't know what's wrong with me here. Go ahead, get it over with.
It's probably the fat affecting your neural pathways.
I should just deny this being me. It's not me. It's just AI generated fat me. That's all. This is definitely AI generated.
Your fat twin brother.
Yeah, it's not me at all.
Dude, the change between what was this? It's October. The change in 1 year. It's amazing, dude. Congratulations. Like seriously.
This is February. This is like February 15th, I think, day after Valentine's Day. Yeah. Thank you.
So, restate your point for me just briefly. If you don't mind.
Yeah. The point is that atheists and secularists, they benefit greatly from living inside of a Christian society.
No.
More so than a Muslim society?
Yes.
Why is that?
Because of the format of Christian ethics.
Has Christian
You have no idea what you're talking about. Christian ethics died like 600 years ago.
That's a great point to make. Like you're living under secular ethics more than anything.
Yeah.
But again, no one has that, including myself. No one has asked him to give us some examples of these benefits. He's saying we benefit from living in Christian society. How? Explain. And no one is saying that. We're all getting defended.
Yeah.
Come on.
ethics
God.
evolved?
No, not traditional Christian ethics have not evolved. Like Eastern Orthodoxy, for instance, is a non-evolutionary.
You don't stone people, so you have evolved. Piece of trash.
Yeah.
Oh, look, we have an Isa. Give me just a second. Let me add you to the screen. How are you doing, Isa, my friend? Can you hear me? Check. Attention, Yerba Mate Talks calling Isa. Hello. Hello. Talk to me. Hello. Hey. What's happening? Isa, hello.
Where do you see him?
He's on the. Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
There.
There he is.
There he is. Hello.
Isa.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Hola, buenas noches.
Hola. You couldn't see him because I was fixing I was adding him.
Doctrine.
Wait, so what percentage of the country is Christian?
Well, this
Or the
country
United States, yeah.
is Christian.
Yeah.
I want to say now it's 70%. I'm not.
Ugh. But also, we have lovely collection of. I don't mean to pull a widget, but we have a no true Scotsman fallacy, and he's also lying because Orthodox people don't stone people to death, and Orthodox people don't rule a single fucking country. Well, maybe Russia, but I don't think you would like to go to Russia, would you, Andrew? Or maybe yes. Who the fuck knows?
Yeah, who knows with this guy?
Yeah, he probably loves Putin.
I mean, that's the main point. I think I'm trying to make this point, and I don't know what's wrong with my brain here. This is where I was trying to go. I was trying to say that the Christian ethics have evolved, and they're secular ethics. And then
Yeah.
I don't know. I just go brain dead here.
Yeah.
Like, don't quote me. I don't have the stats in front of me.
No,
Normally, I'd pull it up, but I want to say something in there.
Okay. And they probably are mostly voters, so they probably do dictate most of the laws we live by. Yeah?
Yes.
Right. That would
Yeah.
make sense. So I don't even.
Well, I'm not sure that
I don't
they
even know where I was
dictate
going with
most of
that.
the laws, right? But they would dictate.
It happens. The problem is that, as we discussed this before, this is kind of arranged to make him look good, and then also they gave you like directions onto. So this is not really a debate. This is just a performance.
I mean, I could have said things like, "Well, that's why weren't allowed to use stem cells for scientific research, and Christians got in the way, or we weren't allowed to. Women are not allowed to have abortions, and so on and so forth, or gay marriage. Maybe that's where I thought I was going to go, like with the law thing, but falls apart fast.
Jeff said, I've stoned people. My Kana cookies are renowned for turning people into a blob of jelly. Send me an email, please. I will send you my address.
The people who are going in to make the laws,
Right.
but they can't control that after the fact, right?
But it's an interesting country we live in because it's not predominantly one religion or one race.
It is,
It's very
though.
unique in that sense.
In what sense?
It is a majority Christian, majority white. I thought it was less than 50% white or less than 50% Christian. I think that's what I was trying to imply, but it's like 70% in both cases. So
Correct. Okay.
I'm just wrong
But the
there.
problem is that they're not all the same kind of Christian. There is, 5,000 denominations of Christianity? So they're not a unified front. I mean, they share some views, but not all of them. And of course, you have, Catholics, which are way more progressive than the rest of Christians. But you also have progressive people in more evangelist circles, right?
I think I was just trying to
It
make
is predominant.
I think I was just trying to make the point that like this is not a Christian nation as you claim, when that's not really the best. That's not the argument you should be making at this point, because it's wrong and it's just poor argument. But anyway, go ahead.
Predominantly one religion, and it is predominantly one race.
Majority, not predominantly.
Yeah,
right?
predominantly.
Probably more than any other country. We're more diverse. Name another country that's more diverse.
We're not talking about whether or not the country's diverse. We're talking about your claim of whether or not it's predominantly Christian and white, and it still is.
Sure. Well,
Yep.
For now.
Yeah.
I mean, what is this obsession with fucking race? That is disgusting, dude. I find that so revolting that people will have such a hang up on what the fuck color of your skin has. It's a lottery. You will get the skin color of your parents, pretty much, right? So why having such a hang up on what color of your skin is? It's baffling to me.
Or what everyone else is.
Right, of course, yeah. Max says Wilson gives KKK vibes. Yeah, the only thing he's missing is the white cloak.
For now.
But
That's not going to be the case. I agree. I'm just saying right now it is the case.
do you think that's a good thing or a bad thing?
What?
Living in a predominantly Christian nation.
Yes. I think it's a good thing
Why
to
did I ask
live in a
that?
predominantly.
Weird. Yeah, it looks like you're a little
I don't
kind
say
of
I didn't,
not focused,
Yeah.
really.
dude. I don't know. It's
It
like
happens.
someone-
It's okay. It
someone
happens.
drugged
You
me.
know.
I was drugged. It's AI.
Oh yeah, like slow Jamal. Yeah, they drugged me. They put drugs in my weed.
Yeah.
Like, did you have experience in debates before this, or not much?
No, not really. It's just I just can't even believe this is me.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah,
I
that's
know.
the thing.
I'm familiar with a lot of the Christian versus atheist talking points, and I should have been able to argue this. Like I said, when I was watching this back months later, so I totally forgot everything that happened. I immediately thought of so much better like comebacks. Like immediately, like I don't know what's wrong with me here.
Yeah, no, it's normal because it has happened to me and it happens to every person I have known and I have seen. When you are in the moment, you're like in a bit more pressure, and it's just normal that you forget everything that you have.
Yeah.
And when you watch it here, immediately it just comes naturally. But yeah, it's normal.
And you misspeak, and then you think like, oh, I should have said this, should have said that. I mean, it takes a while to be, a god of debating like myself.
Takes a while. Nah, never gonna get there. It's unattainable.
Paul says he's not in the KKK. He just likes to try out his Halloween ghost costume a lot.
Even off season.
Very well, very well. And it's a Rubik says, you look very different now, your mob. Holy shit,
Yeah,
congrats.
thank you, Rubik's.
Yeah, he's now a sex symbol.
I'll make a concession for you.
Okay.
The first concession is yes, Protestant theology has evolved, but the unchanging standard which they get their theology would be my church, Eastern
Fucking no.
What?
No, because, dude, your theology also has evolved.
Yeah.
And of course, your moral and ethical framework, society has said, yeah, this book, we can't rule by this book because it's nonsense. So, sorry.
I think he would like to go back maybe like 50 years or 100 years, but he doesn't want to go back 2,000 years or 1,500 years.
Oh, yeah.
He would claim he does, but no.
Fox Church. That's where the theology comes from.
No, liar,
I'll ask you a
liar.
question and
Liar. I've said this. I don't know what we were talking about the other day. And my argument and my reasoning is this. We always had the Church of the East and the Church of the West. They were kind of unified somewhat until the schism happened. But my reasoning is, let's say the Church of the East and the Church of the West were one thing. And then when they split, the original church stopped existing. You can't claim that you're the original when there's a group that splits into two. The original group stops existing. That's none of you is the OG Christianity. That is just not the case.
Church.
I was
That's
just
where the
typing. I'm
theology
sorry.
comes
I was
from.
just typing out to it's a Rubik's. How's your weight loss journey going? And she beat me to it. And she says she's dropped 10 to 12 kilos already. That's great. Good job.
Nice.
Let's go.
Can't wait. You're going to be at the debate con in Nashville, right? Rubik's.
Yeah, I think she is.
Great. Awesome.
Hide your kids. No, I'm sorry, that sounded horrible. No, I meant hide your peeps. She's going to be sad. Fuck, no, never mind. Scratch all of that.
I'll ask you a question, and I might be setting my own trap here.
I use they, them by. Okay, sorry.
Oh, okay.
You got it.
But if you're walking down the street at night by yourself,
Yeah.
and there's a group of 5 men, of course, I already know that your answer. What your answer would be?
So
We'll
bad.
see. A group of 5 men approach you. Would you prefer those group of 5 men to be religious 5 men or atheist 5 men? And which way would you feel safer?
I butchered this so bad.
Regardless of religion.
I wanted to set him up because I think I'll give myself the benefit of the doubt. I was trying to say what it's like to be a minority, among religious people of a different religion. So he says it's a benefit to be a secularist or an atheist in a Christian nation. Well, what if I'm walking down the street by myself and there are 5 Christians coming towards me? But I'd have to put him in the scenario to where it was 5 non-Christians, whether they be atheist or Muslim or something else, coming towards him, just not Christian. I don't know. So that's what I think. It doesn't go well. Go ahead.
If we're having a look up your son's tours, I may have to go to the BaconCon. I mean, just wait until I get there. It's going to probably be the last BaconCon because the fucking orgy we're going to do in the hotel lobby.
Even, I think, regardless of religion, yeah.
Why is that?
I think, well, because most religions that you're looking at have some kind of ethical standard for restraint of violence.
Not against people of other
Really?
religion. Not against.
Oh my god!
Not against other people.
Let's do a quick search. I'll just bring up one. The Zealots were a very militarized group of religious people. You have the IRA. There's been Jewish terrorist group. There's been, of course, Muslim terrorist groups. So yeah.
Wait, one second. Play this 36 seconds. Can you play this real quick? I'm gonna drop you a link.
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta change it from private.
Where are you sending it?
I'll put it in StreamYard.
Oh, okay.
Okay. It's George Carlin.
Oh, yes. Are we going to get demonetized for this? Probably. It's okay.
It's my short. I made a short back in the day. You don't have to play it.
Hey, if you read history, you realize that God is one of the leading causes of death. Has been for thousands of years. Millions of dead motherfuckers. Millions of dead motherfuckers, all because they gave the wrong answer to the God question. You believe in God? No. Dead. You believe in God? Yes. You believe in my God? No. Dead. My God has a bigger dick than your God.
That's what I was getting at. Like, you believe in God? No. Boom. Dead.
Oh, yeah. I mean, and it's fortunate that secular society took over that, and they cannot do that. But he's all like, oh yeah, if we had a Christian society, everything would be roses. Yeah, except when you start burning fucking witches again, and when you start persecuting me because I drew a painting of Jesus in a gay orgy. Right.
Just getting back to his claim, though, that I benefit from living in a Christian society. I feel like if I live in New York, in New York City, so religion here is not really a big thing. It's hardly at all. But if I lived in the Bible Belt or something like that, or some Christian small town, I would feel tons of pressure. I would be in the out group. I'd be ostracized. You know.
Oh my God, I would be going around.
Yeah,
the worst kind of shirts you can imagine.
Yeah, I'd be looking.
That's why
like a weirdo. Yeah.
A friend asked me the other day if I would go to the Middle East, and I was like, dude, with some of the stuff that I've said in my shows, I can't even fly over the Middle East. I'm terrified that they will take my head, right? So yeah, no, it's scary. Like that kind of violence is scary. Like actually, because I am the kind of guy that would go. I couldn't help myself. I would just put on a shirt that says "I love haram," right? In all written in fucking bacon strips, right? Just to make it like extra offensive.
You would.
I would, yeah. And I wouldn't be able to stop myself, and I would get myself ended, and that's why I probably never do that.
Yeah, in my case, I'm not really scared of getting attacked if I were to go to a Middle East country, but I just don't want to. Like, I don't want to visit countries that support open-ended slavery.
Yeah, true.
I don't like all of that stuff that we know about. I just don't like to go to those sort of countries. Thank you.
Yeah. But in me, I know I couldn't help myself. I would I will just get myself ended.
Religion would treat you the same way.
That's true, but I think most of the religions which you'd find here would.
What danger would you have if the 5 people approaching you were atheists?
I'm not saying that the danger would be an increase. I'm just giving you a preference.
Okay.
So if the preference is you're walking down the street and you had to engage with 5 men who had some type of religiosity to them,
or not,
right, or not, there's no practical reason for an atheist to restrain themselves from violence. The belief.
Why, dude? Have you never heard of empathy, you stupid moron? I've done as much raping, murdering, pillaging, ransacking, mugging, and stealing. I've done as much as I want, which is 0.
Yeah.
I've done exactly the amount that I wanted, which is 0.
Also, he says that there's no reason that he thinks he would be safer, and then proceeds to give a reason why he thinks he would be safer.
I don't know. Go ahead.
Max says you should come visit Singapore, the place where you can protest if you want to, on one specific corner, and only after you get approval from the government. Yeah, like, dude, I always think Uruguay might be a third world country. We have our problems, but the freedom that I have here, our presidents in general, they walk the street around with minimal security, and people go up to them, say hi, and people go up to them and like literally insult him to his face, and no one gives a fuck.
Oh, I wish we were
right, except
Uruguay.
self-preservation.
Sorry?
I said, I wish we were Uruguay.
Yeah.
whereas the religious would have some sort of restraint that they would believe in.
But all things equal, the only chance of violence against you would be religion or disagreement in religious belief. So what?
Yeah, except if that is a very fundamentalist person who thinks that you're a fucking heretic and that you should die.
So what I was trying to say here is that in this scenario, there's an extra element of danger if the group coming towards you is religious and you're not of their religion, right? Because there's all other things equal. There's a group of 5 men coming towards you. There's danger regardless, but there's an extra element of danger if they're religious because they might dislike or be violent because you're not one of them. Whereas that danger wouldn't exist if they were a group of atheists. That's all I was trying to say here, and it gets that.
Yeah, his only argument here, like, he's actually wrong because atheists do not benefit from living in a Christian society. The only ones that benefit are the people that are in the in-group of the ruling class and no one else. Literally no one else.
Yeah, not even some Christians benefit from a Christian society.
Right? No, because they're the wrong denomination. Like he's been saying, no, my religion is the best. Like, no, number one, no, it's not. And number two, it's not the OG, and it's also a fallacy, and you fucking suck.
Why wouldn't you prefer them to be atheists?
What do you mean? You mean the disagreement? I would disagree with atheists too.
Atheists are not going to commit
you,
hate crimes against you for being Christian.
Right?
It's a one-way street for the most part. Maybe there's very few exceptions, but that's a one-way street.
Also, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think the prison population is disproportionately religious, isn't it?
Well, yeah, but when you have 70% of the population being Christian, it's them who commit the most crimes. And I mean, like, Ale lives in Mexico, right? And the cartels are a big problem in Mexico, and they are heavily Christian.
Yeah.
They have crosses, tattoos, and they pray, and they like all of that. The biggest Uruguayan narco is also religious, and says that he prays and he prays to God, like, to keep him safe. Like, it makes no sense to say that, oh yeah, Christians are the best, they don't do crime. It's like, yeah, they do.
I should have phrased this differently. I should have said there's a group of 5 men coming towards you, a group of 5 Jews, a group of 5 Muslims, or a group of 5 atheists. And that's where I would try to say, like, those other 2 groups, there's a chance that they will attack you because you're Christian, whereas the atheist group will not have that kind of motivation. That's what I'm trying to get across here. But terrible.
I mean, I won't attack him. I might spit on his face, but nothing else.
Don't hold the same belief that you do.
Well, let's reverse the question. Okay.
Yeah.
Which 5 would you like to walk into?
Right. So exactly, that's what I mean. So in this country, I know that if there's 5 men walking towards me and they're atheists, I'll be in no danger.
Why?
Because they don't. There's no chance. So all the other.
Sorry.
No, I'm just saying. Yeah, I said no danger, and this is where I'm going to get a lot of shit, or I've already gotten a lot of shit in comments on the actual video, and the other people who have watched the video.
Don't feel bad.
Again,
like,
what I'm trying to
don't
say
feel
is
bad. If Andrew is dumb, like his audience is like abject retards.
All right.
I mean, yeah, that's what I see. That's what I see. He appeals to the bottom 25% of the population that doesn't realize that he's not a smart man. I would 100% take an IQ test against Andrew Wilson head to head. And then, of course, an English test.
Things being equal, there's no chance they're going to commit a crime against me for my beliefs.
For my beliefs, right?
Oh, we have Anissa appearing. Oh, you're lagging.
But the religious are going to create crimes against you, because of your beliefs.
Of course, that's how the world works.
Why wouldn't atheists commit crimes against you because of your beliefs?
Because we don't hold beliefs that would lead to crimes against other people.
Yes, you do. If people don't believe in my rights, right, you will utilize force for my rights.
What?
Motherfucker, piece of shit. That happens everywhere, because even under Christianity, if you violate someone else's right, you have to enforce them with force. You stupid motherfucker, uneducated moron. You're just one step above illiterate. He's so infuriating that he's so wrong, and he still gets so much clout. It's insane.
Actually, yeah, I don't know why you didn't just say, yeah, that applies to all groups. So
all groups, all forms.
That's a push. So put that aside.
That is just a form of government that
Right.
when you go against the form of government, whether that be tribal, whether that be a small town, a castle, kingship, whatever. Yeah, that's the way you set up the rules, and then you enforce them with the threat of force. There is no way around that. The thing is that in Christianity,
it applies to all groups. So
it applies to everyone. Yes.
Yeah.
The thing is that in Christianity, you don't have a fucking say in how you legislate. But in a secular society, we choose what rights we enforce and what rights we don't. But oh my God, this is so annoying.
What do you mean?
No, that's not. It has nothing to do with atheism. Literally nothing to do with atheism.
What are you talking? Yes, it does. You're saying that, for instance, you think that a woman has a right to have an abortion, right?
Yes.
Sure.
So if Christians are outside picketing, right, peacefully, and atheists show up.
Yeah, if you're outside picketing peacefully, sure. What? Yeah, you have the right to protest. I don't care. I'll just go and protest your fucking church. Also, so yeah, I mean, protest. Yeah, you have the right to protest. I wouldn't cut you from that. Even if you protest at the door of the abortion clinic, as long as that person can still get that abortion, I don't give a fuck. You can protest all you want.
And they're just protesting the issue. They're not protesting Christians.
Right. They're protesting that these people are wrong. I mean, protest and counter-protest. Why is that bad?
They're actually the ones who are confronting based on belief.
That has nothing to do with atheism.
Then why are they there confronting them?
Because they don't believe in that particular topic.
So they have beliefs.
Yeah, but not.
He didn't say that atheists don't have beliefs. He said that we don't have, in our belief system, there is no inherent attack other groups because of their beliefs.
Thank you, Max. That's probably exactly what I meant.
That's what you meant. And you said it wrong, and he understood it even wronger.
That's exactly what I said in my head, and then out came something entirely different.
Yeah, it happens. It's okay. Isa's back, having some internet problems. How you doing?
Yeah,
you
I'm
are
here.
muted.
Sorry, it's been a little bit difficult. I've been having some internet issues.
Where
You know,
are
I was thinking about actually streaming today. I didn't know we were having this today, so it's cool. I'm glad I don't have to do that.
It came up. Ale gave me I didn't know when I was going to do it, and we kind of set it up on the fly.
Sounds cool. So, I mean, from what I've heard, it's bizarre about the religious stuff. I'm like, because I've been thinking actually about religion today, because was going to classes. I'm doing a lot of classes this semester. I'm doing epidemiology. I'm doing detecting financial crimes, environmental law, environmental health. I'm doing a whole bunch of classes. It's like really exhausting. I'm doing biology 108, anatomy. It's like an anatomy physiology. Like it's like the essentials of anatomy physiology. I'm doing science and technology 101. It's so many classes. It's unbelievable. What else do I do today? I do healthcare management. So talking about like the healthcare systems. And what else? That's what I'm doing. So
are you trying to get your degree in one semester? Like,
no, he's trying to get all the degrees.
All the degrees. Yeah, one semester.
So I'm a social work major. I'm doing a social work major at Temple right now in Philadelphia, and I'm finishing 3 minors. So I'm doing the 3 minors in 1 year. So I'm doing all of that stuff. It's public health, legal studies, and what's the other thing I'm doing? Legal studies and healthcare management. So yeah, a lot of science, a lot of law. It's a lot of work.
Cool.
Oh, and
Oh,
I'm doing
yeah.
a coping with stress workshop too. So it's yeah,
Interesting.
it's a lot. It's a huge, especially I'm wheelchairing around campus. It's a lot. It's a lot of stuff.
It's a Rubik.
Max says he's a chronic student.
Rubik's. I did not sign up for the next debate with Andrew. I've embarrassed myself enough, and I'm going to be focused on the post-debate interviews. So.
Oh my God, let me at him. Let me at him. I will chew his liver up.
You're funny.
Is it?
Yeah,
I know
he needs to be put in his fucking place.
I know Rachel is doing the Rachel versus 5. I don't know if Andrew's doing it again.
You mispronounce La Raquel. That's
La
how.
Raquel.
Andrew's pretty pissed at our channel because we dropped it, because the channel dropped him. So I mean,
Oh, he can
he's
come
pretty
back
mad
anytime
about
he
that.
wants.
but I mean, like, we have to like not drop him. I think that's important. To do that.
Pump your brakes, Max. You will get cleared. What does that mean?
I don't even know what it means by clear.
I have no idea what that means.
So they have
That's a
beliefs.
complete
Like, what are you talking about?
that's a
So
complete
saying they won't
non-sequitur.
attack a person based on beliefs because they don't have beliefs, and then here you immediately you're like, they have beliefs.
Oh my fucking God. No, this guy. I'm not listening to this guy. Fuck that. No, that guy is just a waste of time. Max for the Bacon 7. Yes.
I wanted to say one more comment about
You got
what
it.
I saw. It's like, I don't know. Like, I think it's a performance. Like, when I saw, because I met him in person, he seemed like a nice dude. Like, that was my experience. Like, he always donates money, and like even with Craig, he was a very good sport. He's like, and even with AP, where they might disagree on things, he seemed like a very good sport. So like, that was my experience of him. So I don't like. It's weird. Like, it's strange when I hear him say these things, and then when I saw him in person, I'm like, he seemed like two different people. But I don't know.
The problem is that I love you. I love you like a brother.
I do.
But sometimes your judgment on people, sometimes I don't get it. Like you think the same thing of Whitted. It's like, dude, I saw Whitted for who he was the moment that I looked at him.
Yeah, like
I think the thing is, like, when I saw them in person, they're very different than their like the shock jock personality. Like, and I think the real person is different than the shock jock personality. That's all I'm saying. Like,
no, that's fair.
I think there is a difference. So the shock jock personality, I get you're offended by that because, like, why wouldn't you be like, kind of cavorting with with the swastika and saying Christian nationalism is the right way? Like, these things are pretty problematic,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think it's necessarily an act. I think like the internet just does what the internet does and allows people to express their true selves better sometimes. I think this is just like when a case I heard about Trump, and I think it was, I don't know if it was Bill Maher or who was it, that he said, oh, I went to the White House with Trump, but Trump was so polite, he was so nice, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, but he's still enacting fascist policies. So even if he acts nice in person, that doesn't mean he's actually a nice person. I think that's just something that a lot of people tend to do because a lot of people don't want to get into fights in person,
right?
Or don't want to cause conflict in person. But I think the way they act most of the time, in this case online, I think it's a better indicator of the kind of people they are, and because they express their beliefs as well in a more in a freer environment.
I think it's the social pressure that causes them to not be that big. Like if he spoke to me like with some of the things that he does during the debates, like out in the street, it wouldn't go the same way. So, but I also get that, for example, I'm super nice for the most part, except when someone deserves to me not to be nice. But when I get into debate mode, I'm kind of like that I get into that pit bull attitude. But I kind of understand that. I just think that their nice part is an act. In my case, it's kind of like I actually kind of play a role of being a little bit more aggressive during debates.
Max, I've told you the exact same thing Isa said. I mean, I also hung out with Andrew and Rachel that what was it, Saturday night at the lounge
Yeah.
there. I hadn't met them. I didn't even know who he was. I had no idea. I just thought they were normal people, nice normal people in person. So
Right.
that's
Yeah,
That was my experience. So
thing. Yeah, I understand that, but there's also, the underlying, like, okay, which one is the act? Is the being nice the act, or is the absolute monster that comes out, like, that holds beliefs which are absolutely horrible, the act?
Has his personality evolved and kind of gotten more and more edgy over the years? Would you guys say?
I have no idea. I got to know him recently.
Yeah, I got to know him when he debated Craig. So
Yeah, I don't know either.
I got to know him. Oh, the story about how I got to know Andrew Wilson is kind of funny. There was a debate on MDD, and then I was hanging out in the MDD Discord, and he came puffing his chest, asking for the owners of the Discord server, and I was like, "Who the fuck are you? Oh, it's you, Andrew. Are you the one that was just on MDD? Yeah." And he was like, "Where are the owners of the server?" I don't know. Like, get the fuck out of here. And he started, puffing his chest and so on. He's like, "Motherfucker, give me your address. I will send you a dozen empanadas." And he was like, "What?" He didn't understand. It was fucking hilarious. Ricardo points out that General Videla was a devout Christian. And yeah, he was a very nasty man. There's so many examples of just devout Christians being absolutely horrible. All right, let's do final thoughts, and we'll forward everyone over to Mr. MC Toon, who appears that he was supposed to have a debate, and the Flatty didn't show, so that should be interesting.
shocking.
Let's start with you, Ale.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was part of the course for Andrew Wilson. Lots of strawman, lots of low-level intellectual reflection. No, it's not reflection. I don't know. I forget the word. Intellectual thinking. Just I don't know. I forget. But yeah, I mean, it was kind of entertaining. Not so. I don't know. I didn't got as outraged in this one as I got in the other ones with Wilson. But yeah. That's basically it. It's just part for the course.
It's funny that it started with 5 people, and then Mike removed, and then it's actually 3, because the last one, like that last dude, he can't make a coherent sentence.
He was also drugged.
Yeah, but naturally. Final thoughts. I was going to go to you, Isa, but yeah, go ahead if you want.
Can you go with You Are Mop first? Because I'm switching. I'm going to a different space, so let him go first.
No worries.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
I don't think he can get any worse than that. As far as I remember, there's probably only one more of these to come, and it would be against Rachel. I think we did 3 with Andrew, this being the 3rd in the morning, and then after lunch, out of nowhere, Rachel replaced him for the 2 more. So 1 more after this. I don't remember the topic, but
so wasn't it 5 debates of 5 topics, but they did 3? None of this makes any sense to me.
It was 5, but Rachel did the last 2. That's why we've seen 3 with Andrew, 1 with Rachel so far. The last one, I'm pretty sure it's going to be with Rachel. She did 2, and he did 3.
Raquel.
Raquel, God. Yeah.
No, and the la is important. La Raquel. It's the Spanish version of a Karen. Yeah.
I don't know. Here in Mexico, it's Karen as well. So.
No, la Raquel. La Raquel is. And but the la is very important.
Is La Raquel Andrew Wilson's wife?
Yeah. I mean,
okay.
We don't know. It might be his wife, might be his sister wife, or cousin wife or something like that.
Yeah.
I think I at least gave him a little bit of a shot to his ego when they sat down across from me, and I asked, like, are you guys together or something? And he was like, yeah, that's my wife. I was like, oh, I don't
Oh,
know. He's like,
like, oh, I thought you were brothers.
yeah,
Sisters.
I thought you were a fan. I was like, I don't know who you are. Sorry.
This is what I'm saying, because Rubik's Rubik's is wondering. No, well, it's La Raquel. That heavy in Spanish. You have to roll your R's. La Raquel.
Wait.
BTF says, I assume Andrew Wilson was a golden example of Christianity, full of love, reason, and understanding. No, like, I mean, if you're sarcastic, yes. If you're not sarcastic, then yes. All right, Isa, you ready?
I'm back. I'm ready.
Final thought.
My final thoughts are that I find it very strange. Christian supremacy is a very strange concept to me. As a person, like, I don't have Christian family. I always keep saying that I don't have Christian ancestors. My family are Jews and Sufi Muslims, right? So I don't have any connection to Christianity at all. Like, it's very strange. Like, I'm a kind of a unique type of person on most people have Christian family, Christian ancestry. People have that kind of thing. I don't have that. So when I come studying Christianity, I come studying Christianity as an outsider, right? So it creates a very different type of framework than someone who's born into this culture and born into a community where you have these types of teachings. Like, I heard about Easter and Christmas, but it was like about like bunnies and chocolate eggs and scavenger hunt and the trees. Like, so even the concept that I had of like Jesus, I'm like, oh, he's like a nice, good guy, right? Like, I didn't know about that Jesus is the Son of God. Like, I didn't grow up with any of this stuff. Okay, so
right.
Like, I learned this like when I was an adult. I learned these stories much later in life, so I didn't know any of this stuff. So it's an important thing, I think, to bring this up, because I didn't have this kind of framework. So when I hear these stories, I'm like, when I came into it, I studied Christianity through an academic lens as like a college student. And I actually read a lot of like, what is it called? Like the apocryphal texts, like the Nag Hammadi texts. I read like the Dialogue of the Savior, Gospel of, the Gospel of Judas. Like, there's a lot of really interesting texts that exist, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Gospel of Mary Magdalene. So I read all of those things. I read the traditional Gospels. And the kind of image that I got of what these teachings are is not the teachings that I see people talking about with Christian supremacy. Like, when I heard, like, I wish I could debate someone like the Dragon Arts. So I'm like, 'cause I would look at the text and I'm like even Craig and I are different in this, because Craig does come from a culture of Christianity. Even if he's like an atheist, he has family that's Christian. He comes from a space like that. I don't come from that. So like, when I hear this, I'm like, this is interesting to me. You're like, American supremacy. I'm like, what is this? First of all, the teachings here are it's ascetic. The so-called Christian teachings are all ascetic. It's like giving up stuff. It's very anti-materialism. It's not about promoting a state, at least the Gospels itself. And I would even argue Pauline texts don't promote this position either. He's like this wandering kind of mendicant that goes and talks to communities who believe in Jesus, right? It's not like they're establishing a nation state where you can use violence and you do all of this stuff and you need to produce children. None of this exists within these source texts, right? And I would even say the early church fathers. So I'm like, this culture, this narrative that's being produced, I don't want to be mean and I want to be rude, but it seems fraudulent. The whole narrative is a fraudulent narrative, like this thing about American exceptionalism. Like, I was looking at this show called Catherine the Great, and this priest was looking at, I don't know how to say this in a correct way because it was so nasty and vulgar to me, but he was basically looking in her private parts and seeing if she had not had intimate relations with a man. I'm like, what does this have to do with this book? I'm like, you made this up. It's you completely made this stuff up, and it's nasty. What you're doing is nasty, and you're associating it with this guy who had nothing to do with what you're talking about. And I'm like, that's what blows my mind. I'm like, as this outsider who knows nothing about, like, I want to kind of make a movie about this, like reflecting on like how a Jewish person views Christianity, like an ancient kind of like a fantasy story. I was looking into a script of creating that because I'm like, I think Christian people, particularly of European ancestry, should see the story and see what Jewish people think about Christianity, because it's not what they think. Like, to a Jewish person, it's like absurd. A lot of this stuff is extremely absurd. They're like, what are you doing? What are you talking about? You know what I mean? And like, so when I see these stories, I'm like, I don't understand it. Like, I don't understand Christian government, because the text does not promote a Christian government. That's not what this religious narrative is. So I'm like, you have to like pull strings upon strings to get to this space. And I don't understand it. I don't get it. It doesn't logically make sense to me according to the tradition. And
there are some things, though, you know, like the divine right of kings and to pay to Caesar what is owed to Caesar. So
the way I interpret that, it's very different. Render unto Caesar what is for Caesar, and render unto God what is for God. That's, to me, it's not what they're saying. It seems like a manipulation of that. What he's saying, in my understanding, studying mysticism, is that the idea is, you're like, okay, these people are in office. You need to live in the world, but don't be of the world. That's the spiritual axiom. It's not, we believe in kings and we believe that. You're like, no, we don't actually care about this stuff. We care about God, but we're living in this world, so fine, we'll give them their coin. It has his face on it. He can have the coin, but we don't actually care about those things. We care about God. That's the way I interpreted it. It had nothing to do with actually giving validity to the leadership, because if it did, wouldn't he as a person and the community focus on serving the king? They didn't. They kind of just did their own thing. They were walking around Judea, Samaria, Palestina, whatever you want to call the land, and just doing their own thing, seeing their people, raising people from the dead, giving people fishes and loaves. If the precedent were true, that he actually cared about this stuff, then he would have actually served the government. He didn't. He didn't care about the government. It's kind of a snub at the government. That's the way I read it. So, but I'm an outsider. So, like, again, I'm not the correct person to understand it. I'm an outsider. I don't come from this culture. So,
I understand that, because I am also an outsider. By the time that I read the Bible for the first time, my morality was already formed. So I didn't even need, and it actually seemed like, ew, what the fuck is this book? How do people believe this shit? Right? So, yeah, I totally get that. But they don't. They just, Andrew Wilson thinks that everywhere in the world is the U.S. and he couldn't be more wrong about that.
Yeah, I'm relatively an insider, and I don't even get it. Even when I was Catholic, it was just, okay, I believe in a God. There's a God. There's these other religions, but they may have other beliefs, but we all believe in the same God. They just think this is what happened, and here's the Bible. Okay, but the Bible is made by men. It's just our best attempt to recount what maybe happened, what maybe not. Some things are true, some are not. And that's even when I was Catholic, that's what I believe. So even they don't get it.
I've heard people say, like, for example, either it's God who put, Greek mythology. I'm sorry, it's the devil who put Greek mythology there to mock a God, or I've heard people say, and I almost like flipped my lid on that. He was like, "Yeah, have you heard about the Nephilim? That's what the Greek gods and that kind of stuff was." And he said, "Oh, for fuck's sake, you're justifying, like, you want to sneak in your myth into all other myths. That is just so dishonest, like absolutely disgusting." It's a Rubik says, "I was raised Catholic. We weren't encouraged to read the Bible. Reading it as an adult, I see why." Yeah. And
sorry, I want to say one more thing.
Yeah.
To end like my thoughts on it.
Oh,
so
sure.
It's funny. I've had conversations with Marguerite and Matt Dillahunty, about what's better, secular humanism or Islam. I don't really see a conflict between either. My problem is I don't really want any theological government in place. I think I think government and religion need to be separate institutions completely, because if you have a religion, it can be anybody's interpretation. So I think you have to kind of separate those things. But I think if like a religious person is in office, there's no problem with that. That's not a big deal. It's just that we have to be able to serve, minorities and the whole community as a whole. But it's interesting having that conversation. I'm like, if we look at the ideal of being human, I think there's a great value with that, like saying, hey, I care about you because you're another person and I want you to be safe because I want to be safe. Like this is just like kind of common logic, but it's so weird when I listen to this kind of idea of like Christian supremacy. I'm like, who's Christian supremacy? I'm like, do you? So my family is from Europe. My mom's family, it's from Russia, Ukraine, Romania. If you ever saw American Tail, that's the story of my family. Or what's that guy's name? The Fiddler on the Roof. Like that's my family. That's those people who are singing tradition and stuff. That's my family. Russian Jews, Russian, Ukrainian, Romanian Jews, and probably mixed with Spanish Jews, all the kind of Jews that are around in that area. But the thing was that they were fighting each other. There were great wars. Like if you read Alexandre Dumas' book on the Three Musketeers and his kind of the Catholics were fighting the Protestants. What was his name?
Yeah,
Cromwell, was Oliver Cromwell, and was fighting the French king. Like, does he not know the history? Does he not know that Richard the Lionheart left the Third Crusade to go back and fight other Christian princes? Like, this is what the history was. It was not some beautiful thing. And I'm like, when I hear Christians attack Muslim history and like how there was like wild stuff, I'm like, yeah, sure it was. So was Christian history. You're not any better. You try to like whitewash your history and then try to demonize Islamic history in the worst way possible. I'm like, they both were problematic. I'm not going to hide from that. They were both problematic histories of imperialism and expansion and erasure. There's a lot of problems with a lot of these expansions, in my opinion. I think they're wrong and bad, but it's like, at least it for my ethics and morality, but it's like so bizarre where they're like, this is so good. I'm like, good for who? I'm like, like in America, it was really bad. We had a thing called Jim Crow. We had enslavement of human beings. Like, it's like people want to forget that this stuff happened. That wasn't long ago. We had Jim Crow maybe like 50, 60 years ago, like Jim Crow is this, for the audience who may not know, it's like this idea of segregation between people of color and, people who are, I guess you could say, fairer skinned, right? White.
People without color.
Yeah, people without color, right?
Yeah.
Even though they actually,
I mean, if you use it one way, it's fair to use it the other way.
They actually do. All of them have color, but some have darker color and some people have lighter color. But an ethnicity from Europe, like somehow being European makes you a better person. I'm like, I don't know how that works. But the idea is that we had this. We had separate fountains, and who established that? People who called themselves Christians. That's what happening. Like you're trying to pretend like, oh, they weren't Christian. But John Brown was an abolitionist. He was the real Christian. But all those Christians who forced enslavement of human beings, they're not real Christians. And I'm like, it's sickening. It's sickening. No, they were all Christian. And they used different interpretations of Christianity to enslave or to do abolition. And that's the honest approach. And it's like, you're going to have chaos. So like to say, oh, you'll have Christian supremacy, what Christianity? It's not homogenous. It's not going to work. So... you can't have any religious homogeny. Pakistan's a perfect example of non-religious Islamic homogeny. Like they're not homogenous as Muslims. They have many different groups that are there and they're fighting and there's conflict and tension. And I'm like, it's not going to happen here in America. And it's just utterly ridiculous and preposterous. So that's what I wanted to share.
All right. Final message. Max says, in the equivalent of Sunday school in Argentina, we weren't even told to get a Bible. They'd give us some cheap booklets made by the church we attended with very specific quotes and extracts only. I also get why now. Yeah. Argentina is baffling because they still have a big bastion of fundamental, and Brazil is fucking crazy. Brazil has a huge amount of flat earthers because they're so Christian and they kind of fell for it, right?
I wonder
wild.
what shape Andrew thinks the Earth is. Is there any chance he's actually unsure?
No, Andrew probably isn't. Andrew has traveled the world. I don't think he's that dumb. But Rim Job is a flat earther.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
he hides it. He hides it because he's ashamed. But just call him a flat earther. See how fucking triggered he gets. I remember the last time he was arguing with me, I called him a flat earther and he fucking lost his lid. And if you ask him, Jim Bob, what's the shape of the earth? He says round. Because of course he's a fucking douchebag, so he can say, oh yeah, it's round like a pizza. But if you ask him, no, what's the actual shape? Is it round? Is it like a globe or is it flat? He will literally not answer because he's embarrassed.
Oh my god. I think
Yes.
he was just a geocentrist. I didn't think he was a
No.
flat earther.
He's a flat earth moron. Yes, I know for a
Lol.
fact he's a flat earther. Argentina isn't that bad in that sense. Brazil is truly insane. Yeah, but like for me, in my position, the fact that Argentina still has such a bigger population of fundamentalists, like for example, the fact that sometimes the Argentinian president goes out in national television talking about God, that is just, for me, that is just fucking wild. Like, leave your fucking religion at home. You're working right now. I'm paying you. Like, what are you doing? Right? That's kind of my thing. It kind of ekes me out because that I've never heard a Uruguayan president more than just say, the colloquialism, thank God, right? But it's not about, like, I've never heard any president, even the previous one that we had, that he was from the right. He wasn't about going, oh yeah, God wants us to do this and that and that. Yes, Fugazi says, Oman Tun is having a blast. We will go there right away. So peeps, thank you for coming here. Chris, Ale, Isa, we have tomorrow is your show, Isa, right?
It's supposed to be Friday, but I need to make up
Friday.
an episode.
Oh, okay.
I had a hard week, so I'm gonna do 2 episodes, so like half an hour episodes. So
You got it.
So I can do one tomorrow. I'm free tomorrow, and I'll do one on Friday.
You, it's your show. You can do it.
No, it's cool. I was thinking I was gonna do something tonight, but I rather just rest tonight. And we're doing something. There's something else after this, so I'll do like a half an hour episode tomorrow, and I'll do one on Friday.
Friday. Cool. And Dr. J will be back this Thursday, if I'm not mistaken. Aldebaran says, can I be a Uruguayan skeptic? I don't believe Uruguay exists. It's not flat, so not there. I mean, Dr. J came here, and you are invited to come and check it out. So, peeps, before we go, make sure to do a social thing is like, share, subscribe, send this to a friend, send this to your significant other, go to the corner, yes, the corner of your street, and you subscribe to You Are Mob the Yerba Mate Talks. And that way we can share the love for the channel. Thank you, my friends. I love that people tell me, hey, would you like to do a show? Can I come on your show? I love that. I love it. It makes me super cool. I'm super happy. And with that, thank you everyone for running you over to MC Toon, and we'll catch you on the next one. Take care. Have a great night.